2100, we need 2200 litres of water for this mix. Here is my box. Anybody guess what might be in there? Tables have turned and I got myself an apprentice. Right guys, good morning. Welcome back to the farm, if I can stand up. It's Monday the 15th of May. Back to work this morning after getting married at the weekend. What an awesome weekend it was. Thank you to everyone who sent lovely messages to us. So yeah, out spraying today. I had a phone call from one of the John Deere mechanics, so I'm now back in the cab. I had a fault code come up this morning to do with, well, it says the AdBlue pump pressure is low, so there's obviously some AdBlue issues going on. From speaking to Rich, one of the mechanics, I think it's either the filters in the tank or the filters in the pump itself. They like to crystal up with AdBlue. Because AdBlue is a pain in the backside. Out spraying some barley at the moment. It's some KWS TARDIS. It's looking absolutely phenomenal. I really wanted spraying last week, but I was a bit busy getting married. I've just finished the barley, so I'll head home now. We'll load up the sprayer and we'll go and do all the wheat that is around the yard at home. I might even see if Dr. Phil or John want to come and have a go on the sprayer, because as last week I was busy when this really wanted doing. It would have been handy if one of those guys could have taken on the spraying. Phil has done all his training on this, so he has used the sprayer before, but it's one of those things, like with many jobs in farming, if you don't do it every day, there's a lot going on, and you've got to be doing it all the time to know how it all works. But might give one of those guys a refresher. It turned out last week it didn't matter if I didn't do it anyway, because the weather was so horrid up until Friday that they wouldn't have been able to do it anyways. Now you could say today is a little bit windy for spraying, but I saw Crawford out in the wind the other day spraying. Seemed to be right for him. And I use low drift nozzles anyway. If I go a gear slower than I normally do, it lowers the pressure even more, increases the droplet size, and reduces your drift as well, much like Crawford said in his video. Think about doing some silage at the end of the week, so I need to get mowers on and serviced and everything ready for doing that. We made it back to the yard without going into limp mode, which is good. So John's behind me, he's been up there a wind down this morning farting around with cattle, so we'll stop and have a dish of tea, as Dr. Phil would say. I'll just show you the fault code in a minute whilst it's on the screen here. So this is what we're getting. Diesel exhaust fluid, pump pressure low. So I spoke to the guys at John Deere and they're thinking it's the filters in either the tank or the pump. They hope it's in the pump, bizarrely, because it's a lot easier to get to. But we'll see how it goes for the rest of the day. Hopefully it'll be fine. And then tomorrow they're going to come out and sort it out. So we'll be fixed. Right, we're just down at the sprayer Bowser, filling up. I've got all my chemicals here and my plan of what I need. Part of containers there that I need for the second load in a minute, so I can't do all the wheat in one load. The stuff I have used, so there's some empty containers in here. We've got some canopy, we've got some diadem, we've got some Libro somewhere, or Libro, however you pronounce it, Libro 200. These are all empty and they've been triple washed, along with one of these Foevvercam containers as well. So that's all in there. We're just topping up with enough water now, and then we'll put it agitating as well. We're also putting in Novamag, which is granular, or like comes in a kilo form, it comes in bags, and that stuff you have to keep it moving. If it settles, you end up blocking everything up, crystallize it again. So once it's in there, it needs to get out, and then we'll do the second load, and then we'll put a load of water through to flush everything out, just so we keep it all moving. We don't want it to settle. We've had a delivery this morning. I've just been and picked it up from the parcel shed. It's something that I'll be bringing you on a video very soon. I'm very excited for it. It's a product I've been sent by a company, so it is sponsored. It won't be in today's video, but it'll be coming up very soon, and I think you guys will enjoy it. About 2100, we need 2200 litres of water for this mix. You see the water does leak a bit going into the sprayer when you're agitating, so when you're running stuff through the induction hopper there, this leaks a bit, but it only leaks into the slurry pit or the dung mid in there, into the grids.
and into tanks underground.
If there ever was a spillage for any reason, everything here is contained. I know I'm not in a proper like bay or anything, but if I was to ever spill chemical here, it is all contained. It can't go off anywhere it shouldn't. Right, we're out and about in the wheat. It's, the wheat's a bit more patchy than the barley. Where it's been consistently wet all winter, it is definitely backwards. But the majority of the fields are looking really, really good. There's a bit of wind, like I said earlier, but if you follow the John Bowman School of Farming, it'll tell you that you need a bit of wind to spray. Don't know what he means, but he's done a lot of spraying in his time, so he must know something. I've also got the steering drawbar working today. I don't normally use it, but the crops are at the stage now whereby if I drive over anything, they're not going to bounce back. So I'll show you exactly how that works in a minute. I've got to do a bit of a 3-point turn. We've got a really awkward shaped field here, where everything, nearly all corners, it's going to sound stupid, all corners of the field lead to a corner, but they all lead to a point. So it's not a nice, easy, back into a square corner, off you go again. Everything's on a horrible angle for a trail sprayer, which is another reason why I quite like to get a mounted one. I've got to put that way a bit. Steer into our next tramline here. This isn't the smoothest of operating, so I'm trying to steer and watch the booms and everything else. Now we're in. The sprayer will follow behind like so, and all the sections should start turning on, which they are. Now I've got to concentrate on driving up the tramline. Just got out to get the GoPro off the side of the sprayer.
Look how good this wheat looks. Weight block sort of bulldozing it. I did find some mud holes for the insides of my wheels, all of that underneath. It's now very muddy. You can see there's a bit of wind. I don't want to touch it too much because obviously it's got spray on it. You can see the spray working, see all the droplets on the leaves. So that's doing good. And yeah, this top part of the field on the bank here, hell of a good piece of ground for growing crops. It gets a bit worse down there in the dip. You can see it's a bit yellow. I'm guessing when this was a grass field, the cows used to camp up here. There's probably an awful lot of organic matter in the soil here, whereas obviously the lower lying spots where it's wet and it washes out, not so good. So the tables have turned and I got myself an apprentice. Some boy, Doc.
Some boy. It's don't put me off, Josh. I'm in the middle of a.
You're in the zone.
Of a unfolding operation, I think you'd say.
Yes.
So contact.
Yeah, just put a few revs on, get them up to about 350 odd. And then when you start moving, liquid will hopefully appear.
I'm going to stick on B4 because it's a small little field.
Yeah, you might struggle with pressure, that's the only thing.
Might I?
He looks...
It's coming out, nice.
Looks absolutely fine, actually.
Got a nice pattern.
Lovely pattern.
Maybe I will just nibble up another one then.
So I've been demoted to paperwork duty.
Yeah.
Phil's going to spray off this lovely field of corn here.
Well, hopefully not spray
Well,
off.
not spray off, but apply some fungicide.
And what we're trying to do is, Josh is just becoming too invaluable on the place.
I am.
And getting a little bit too able to do everything, so it's time to give the old boys a run out.
So Phil is the backup sprayer anyway, but because I tend to do most of it,
I need a refresher.
It's good to keep Phil in the loop. So you did all the stubble roundup last year, didn't you? Because I was away.
But it's a deal less technical because it's only one chemical,
and it doesn't matter.
There's no tram line.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if it's going to die anyway.
Yes. So this. But Josh has set me up for one here because this is a small field with a lot of obstacles in it.
A lot of turning as well.
I just need to remember what I'm doing here as well. Just clock this.
I don't think he touches it. I think he does just literally skim past it.
Yeah, I think it's a skim. It might just gently tickle.
He's got a brake back on the end anyway.
Yay.
No, he got past him. Right, my apprentice has left me. It's good to give Phil a bit of a go on the machine. For any reason I wasn't here, at least he's got a bit of a refresh of what's going on. I did manage to talk him through doing the roundup on the stubbles last summer over the phone. There's a lot less going on with just one chemical going in a mix. Part of it is that I'm the only one that drives this tractor. Part of the refresher is just getting to know the tractor because it all runs through the screens and the joystick. So, you know, he's not used to doing anything with an isobus display or control. So I think you did very well. I've had a bit of a tinker with the steering axle or the steering drawbar, and I've got it working exactly how I want it now. So when you do your corners, you turn it off, back into them with it fixed. It does have a tendency to send you around the park. And then as soon as you get back into your corner, turn it back on. And then you're steering on your ups and downs now. So once I've done the headlands, I just leave it on. I haven't got to do anything. It's beautiful. Anyone else having a bit of a time like this spring and summer? Absolutely sodden. I mean, look at the damage we've done to the soil here. Oh, we're sliding in. I mean, it's that bad it's dictating to us where we're driving. Tractor's found something to grip. I can't get anywhere near that. I mean, the tractor actually bottoms out over there. Of course, it means that the entire underside of the tractor was absolutely caked in thick clay. It's not very nice to deal with. Now, this is called poor field for a reason. Very, very, very wet in a normal year. Very, 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 very wet in a wet year. Right, finished spraying, all washed out. Get this thing folded up. Good job I have finished because it is getting a little bit too windy now. That is all the barley. That is up at our way ground done. All the wheat that is at home done. Taking part of the field back with me on the tyres. This field is an absolute disaster in that bottom corner. Get a bit of drainage going. It's stubble, I think. I'm not even going to bother trying to wash this tonight. I'm going to let everything dry on. Drive around the yard tomorrow. That will knock the majority of the mud that I'm carrying off. I will, however, get out and shut that gate. I cannot get used to this. Wearing a ring. I know there'll be plenty of people saying you shouldn't be wearing one on a farm. But if I'm ever doing anything with a machine, I always have gloves on, but I know you still got to be pretty careful with them, getting them caught in things, but for now I'm going to wear it. Yeah, see, all that is not ideal, but we'll let that dry on and then we'll drive and that will all just fall off. We'll get rid of some of it on the lane here anyway. Yeah, well done sprayer, good bit of work there. Poor thing was so clean. So clean. Right, I'm heading back to unbox my delivery. Right, just getting ready to take all my stuff in for the night. Here is my box. Anybody guess what might be in there?
I'm not going to show you on this video, I'm going to make you wait, but I'm pretty excited about it. You'll see it soon. But thank you very much for watching today's video. If you haven't already, please give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. Plenty of links down in the description for all my other links, social links, sorry, and merch if you want merch. And yeah, see you guys on another video very soon. Cheerio.